Hey guys, so I just filmed a video and I figured I would film me getting unready and just chatting. I know that I've done a lot of videos lately of me like doing chit chat get readies with me's. You know what? We're gonna do a fucking get ready with me today. So I just put this makeup on and now I'm taking this makeup off because I am pre-filming for when I'm gone and I figure you guys want content, not excuses. I'm giving it to you. It may not be A1 content. It may not be A2 content. So I made a video last week or whenever you guys are watching, a week, a few days ago. I don't know when things are going up in my life about my lack of motivation and how I've just been a real lazy piece of shit lately. I was certain. You guys are great people, okay? You guys are great people. But I was certain the response of that would be, wow, Kristi, you're a lazy bitch. I didn't even want to upload it. So I was actually not going to upload it. And then I decided, you know what? I need to just say it, get it out there, let my feelings out. And the amount of comments of people that are like, I completely relate, I'm right there with you. I'm like baffled. Not because you guys aren't kind. You guys are always kind and always supportive. I guess I'm more baffled at my surprise because you guys are always wonderful. But I just really thought for a minute there that maybe I might just be being a whiny little bitch. And yes, I was. Yes, I was a whiny little bitch for sure. So, yep. I was bitching to my friends today on Marco Polo, which is my favorite app. If you guys don't know the app Marco Polo, you need it in your life, honey. So I'm going to explain it to you real quick. I try to get everyone on Marco Polo. Some people will do it, some people will not. But when I do convert you to Marco Polo, you're never going back. You're never gonna. I know you're not. You've got your groups with your friends, and I'm just going to pull up a tile. This was me bitching earlier to my friends on Marco Polo.
I'm not going to get into service, let's put it that way.
So basically, you have these tiles, and you guys are all talking down here on the bottom, and you can click through to these tiles.
Kristi, I feel like
This is my friend Kat. Kat, I love you so much. And basically, I start a conversation, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, Marie, the XYZ happened, and she can, if she sees that I'm on Marco Polo, it'll say, Kristi is talking to you right now, and then it'll pop up. This isn't sponsored, by the way. Marco Polo doesn't even know I exist. It'll pop up on her phone, and it'll be like, Kristi's talking to you right now. And then she can watch me live. Like, if I'm talking to her live in our group, she can watch me live, and I can see that she's watching because her little face will pop up at the top. And then when I get done talking, she can then hit start, and it's live. I can watch her live talking. So basically, it's like FaceTiming your friends. But if they're not available, you're leaving them a video message, and they can watch it later. If they are available, they're watching it live, and you guys can respond back and forth. But it's not live in the way that, when you do a FaceTime call with somebody and it's awkward because maybe you don't know what to say in that moment, or you need to think about your response, but you're like sitting there and they're looking at you and it's awkward and your eyes are shifting back and forth and you don't know what to say. Marco Polo takes that out because you talk when you want and you stop when you want. It can be as long as you want, it can be as short as you want. It's kind of like Snapchat in that way where you're recording what you want to see and then you stop it when you don't want to see it. This will be a really good teller so you guys can see how dirty these makeup wipes are. I'll show you how much makeup still comes off of my face when I use Bioderma. Bioderma is my favorite makeup remover ever. I just bought another bottle of it. It's honestly so good. It's so good. This is the one I use. It's the Sensibio H2O. Yeah, Marco Polo is such a cool app, and I highly suggest all of you guys download it. It's completely free. It never asks you to do anything else. It doesn't ask you to download anything. It doesn't have any in-app purchases or anything. Like, it's honestly just a completely free app that is it's just fantastic. It's such a good way to communicate with your friends. You can have multiple people in one group. By the way, that's after 3 makeup wipes. But you can have multiple people in a group. You could have 5 people in a group. You can have 4. You can have 3. You can have 2. You can have just you and one other person, I guess. And you can chat with a whole bunch of friends. You guys can all talk at the same time if you want. You can all talk one after the other. It's honestly such a cool app. And everyone that I've tried to get to use it is very hesitant at first. Marie Bits and Clips was the one who introduced me to it. Everyone can attest to this. I feel like everyone I'm around, I'm like, have you guys heard of Marco Polo? If not, sit down, get ready. I'm about to tell you. Anyway, I hope I've sold you on this free app. I bought all the appliances for my house today. I puked and died. it was really, really difficult. I told you guys in my last chit chat video that I'm having a hard time picking things for this house because it's such a big decision. It was hard, but at some point I was looking at everything and I just got to a point where I said, fuck it. Like I was that meme, like the paper's up in the air, fuck it. That was me in that moment, because I've come to a point now where I can't sit for 16 hours and choose different. Oh, this one's got, a 4.2 star rating and this one's got a 4.1 star rating, and I don't care anymore. I just bought everything. Because I guess when you buy appliances, and I didn't know this, and maybe you didn't know this either, I guess when you buy appliances, you have to buy across the board for each one. So if you buy an LG dishwasher, you should have an LG refrigerator, an LG microwave, all that stuff. So I guess because the stainless or whatever they all are a little bit different colors, and they all are the same style if you go with like one brand across. So I didn't know that. That was one thing that I learned with this go around, that fun fact, frugal. You may not know that about me. Holy shit, it is honestly to a point where Zach hates it. He's like, bitch, you are so frugal. I will not throw anything away. If there can be even a slight chance that there can be use out of it, it will not be thrown away. That's why the declutter was so hard for me. Holy shit, I struggled. I still, to this day, okay, our side tables for our bed. They are boxes with drawers. They are boxes my husband has had. They're made out of particle board, and he's had them since he was 13 years old. We still use those as our side tables. They are absolutely hideous. They were free to us. Why haven't I bought a new side table? He was 13 when he got them. He's 20, almost 29. So I think we've given them their life. They're ugly as all get out. Why have we kept them this whole time? We have no idea. We've never refinished them. They just look like shit. Honestly, it's my frugal side. I struggle so much. Like, we bought all of our stuff at IKEA because I couldn't even fathom spending money on stuff like that. I have this really odd mindset that if I have something that works, even if I hate the look of it, I hate the style of it, I don't want to use it, if it does the job, I cannot replace it, even with something nicer quality. So that's where I struggle so much in my life. So doing this, replacing appliances that work perfectly fine, even though we're recycling them, if it could be repurposed, it gets repurposed. Zach can attest to this. I am literally so anal about that. Thanks, Home Depot, and thanks, I think her name's Debbie, who helped me at Home Depot. If that's you and you're watching this video, hello? She asked me what I do for a living, and I told her YouTube, and she got really excited. So if you are watching this, I think your name was Debbie. I'm not certain on that. But she was so helpful and wonderful. I hope that's your name. I'm really sorry if I messed it up. But it was a great experience today. I was really stressed walking into Home Depot, and I left feeling like a peace of mind. I don't know how interesting this is to any of you guys. Honestly, I beat myself up about my content a lot because I always want to be doing like new exciting content and stuff like that. And I feel like other YouTubers are really busting out the fucking kick-ass content and they're doing really good stuff. But I need to remember that I have started my channel being the way that I am now. I sit down and I talk to you guys. I sit down and we have these conversations, and I like these conversations. I feel like these deep conversations are what I enjoy about YouTube. And so while other people are doing sensational, amazing, TV-worthy content, and I'm sitting here like, I got new appliances. At the end of the day, that's how my life is, and I feel like the majority of people out there aren't living these sensational lives. And while we feel like maybe sometimes we want to aspire to that level of them, I feel like sometimes it's nice just to hear that other people like maybe are doing the mundane shit that we all do. And I'm not trying to be like so relatable, but at the same time, like, I know that I like hearing what other people are doing in their lives, but at the same time, I like, sensational stuff as well, and I like watching really amazingly curated content, and I definitely want to do more of that in the future. Just currently at this juncture in my life is fucking remodel mundane, and I am enjoying it, actually. My kitchen's coming together beautifully. The contractor's doing a fantastic job. I really think he's a great stand-up guy, and I really like him, and the remodel has taught me how much work people do. And I just feel like they don't get paid enough. Like this contractor, I see how many hours he's spending in my home and how much work he's doing and how much the materials cost and how much he's likely getting at the end of this. And I'm like, dude, it's not even enough. Like, I feel like, yes, I'm definitely spending an arm and a leg, but I feel like he so deserves this money. He's working so hard. He's up on ladders and working all day long, and he's just dripping in sweat. And I'm just like, slow clap to you, buddy, because I am in awe of people who work so hard for a living in so many different avenues. I mean, it doesn't even have to be just like our contractor, just everything. I mean, I worked hard labor for a lot of years. I wouldn't even say, not hard labor. I wasn't like flooring or anything, but I worked in a retirement facility for many, many years. I was a certified nurse assistant, and I was also a registered nurse assistant for a longer time before that, because I was working at an assisted living facility for about 2 years, and then I worked at it was like a full service facility. So it wasn't just assisted living, even though it was a rehabilitation facility, basically, where people were transitioning from hospital to home. However, some of the people that live there for their whole lives, and they had disabilities far beyond just what needs transition. So basically, some people would like break their leg and they would go there for rehab because they did physical therapy and stuff there. Whereas others live there permanently, even though they didn't consider it a permanent home. Some of them, had diseases where they were not going to be being transferred home at any point. It was their permanent home. And so I worked that job for a very, very long time, and it's very difficult. So hats off to all of you who work jobs like that. I know how hard those jobs are. I did them for many years of my life. I worked in a veterinary hospital for 5 years. Before that, I was a wildlife rehabber. So I know difficult work. And I know how lucky I am to be in the position I am now, and I will never forget how difficult work can be. Even if you're working as a cashier at a grocery store, standing on your feet all day long, if you're in customer service, dealing with people all day long, I know how hard that is, and I know how taxing it is on your body and your emotions. At the end of the day, you're just so exhausted. And I just want you guys to know that I know it can be rough to sit back at times and watch YouTubers online and like making all this money and doing all this crazy shit and hanging out with Kim Kardashian and going on private jets with Drew Barrymore. And I know that at times it's like, oh, good thing I'm working a fucking 9 to 5. Some people haven't had, jobs where they've had to like work hard labor. I'm not saying YouTube is super easy. It definitely comes with its own struggles, because at a conventional job, you work, you go to work, you get off work, and you're done with your work for that day. You wake up the next morning and you go to work, and then you have your days off. This job, you really have no days off. I mean, there is no really, I never have a day off. I have maybe if I schedule in a day where I don't have to film, edit, constantly post to social media, but that's part of it. You have to be consistent, because otherwise, as weird as it sounds, it starts to become irrelevant. And so you need to always be curating content and putting yourself out there. And that's a weird part of it that's kind of hard to figure out in and of itself. But another thing that is weird about social media is that a lot of people will be like, it's so easy. And while I understand that, yes, physically the job is very easy, mentally it's the hardest job I've ever had. It takes a toll on you in a way that I don't think humans are necessarily meant to sit around all day and talk to a camera by themselves. Whereas I don't feel like I'm talking to myself right now. I do feel like I'm talking to an audience of people. But in reality, I am sitting in a room alone talking to a camera, which is really bizarre. But at the same time, it's definitely an odd position, because I feel like as humans, we are not necessarily meant to be recognized by this amount of people and to be in our houses all day long, not around other human beings, and working, in the way that we do. It's such an interesting thing. And I think a lot of people will be like, oh, YouTube is so easy. And again, yes, physically, it's so simple. It's the most simple job I've ever had physically. But I think if it were easy, more people would do it. There definitely is a real rhythm to it, and you have to kind of get into the mindset of it and know the business side of it. And I didn't know any of this. When I started YouTube, this has just gone on. This is the weirdest video I've ever uploaded. It's just gone on so many different tangents. But when I first started YouTube, I did not know that it could be a business. I did not know that there was a business potential in it. I did not know that there were any sort of opportunities in YouTube whatsoever beyond, I like to put on makeup on the internet and people will follow my tutorials. I realized a few months into it, I was like, I guess people make money out of this. I mean, when I started my first YouTube channel before this one, I had no idea that money was a thing. And I remember when monetization became available on my channel, I remember YouTube sent me an email and they were like, you can monetize your videos. And I was like, hey guys, my name is Kristi. I will never monetize my videos because that's not what YouTube is about for me. And while it's absolutely not what it's about for me, because I did the first 4 years of YouTube unpaid completely. I literally made like $0 off of YouTube for 4 years on this channel and like $0 off my old channel ever. It's certainly not only about money. The money is an incredible perk to YouTube, but I've done this for years with no financial backing. I just like being on YouTube and I like the community of it and I just think it's wonderful. And now the fact that this is my full-time job is unreal to me. It still doesn't feel real. I don't think it ever will feel real. And I think that the reason that I am the way I am, maybe that's why I'm so frugal in my life, and maybe that's why I have the mindset that I have, and I think it's because I kind of waited to join YouTube till later in my life because I needed community. I needed people around me that agreed with me. Not just agreed with me, but that experienced the same things as me. We each have our own paths, and we each have our own story, and my story is not yours, and yours is not mine. But I do think it's so cool that, like, I like where I came from. I like that I've had jobs that are so hard that I literally cry myself to sleep at night, where I'm like, I can't imagine going back to work tomorrow. And not that I think that that's healthy by any means, but I do think that that comes a bit of humility that comes with seeing other aspects of life. And I think that some people online could use a little bit more humility. And I'm not trying to shit talk anybody, because again, everybody has their own story and their own road that they take. But I do think at some point, starting off young in this industry or doing this and that and seeing what life can be like, it's not what life is always like. And I think that sometimes seeing the different aspects of life, like some of the things that I've seen working in the conditions that I have in like retirement homes and in assisted living facilities and working with animals, and seeing the opposite sides of life, because life isn't always fan-fucking-tastic and hanging out with Kim Kardashian and going to these amazing shoots and going to meet your subscribers and doing all this stuff. Sometimes life is really shitty, and not to be like, dwell on the shittiness of life because it'll ground you, but I think in a way, sometimes those things that we have been through do ground us down, and I think that sometimes when you see people on the internet, you can kind of tell who has and hasn't been through things. And I'm not saying everyone needs to go through things. I'm not sitting here being like, well, because I've been through shitty things, everyone needs to go through shitty things. But I do think that sometimes those shape you, and I think that's why it's so fucking cool. Like, I was talking to the gal at Home Depot about this morning, and she was like, I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I wanted to do like makeup videos and, skincare videos and stuff like that for older women who have skin like mine. And I was like, dude, you should, because there is a place for everyone on YouTube. Whereas some people need to see that curated content, and they need to see getting ready in a limo and, doing all these things that I think are fun. I love those videos, and I totally get it. But I think that sometimes there's a different niche, different strokes for different folks. And that's why, like, sometimes I really feel like watching a Shane Dawson video where I'm like getting all this deep thought-provoking content, and sometimes I need videos of home remodel, and I need to see somebody vlogging, or I need to see a family vlogger. That's what I think is so cool about YouTube, is the different content and the different things that each individual content creator has to give. Like, sometimes I need Amelia Fart. Sometimes I need her in my soul, and I can sit there and I can listen to her and I almost want to cry because that's like exactly what I needed to hear in that moment. Sometimes I need the humor. Sometimes I need a makeup tutorial to teach me something. That's why YouTube's so fucking fantastic, because anybody can do it, but there's a place for everybody, because you may be exactly what that person needs, and I may be exactly what you need, and that content creator may be exactly what I need. And this video went off on the really weird tangent, and I don't know where it came from, and where is this coming from in me on a Tuesday evening at 10:45 p.m. But I just feel like I think it's so cool that really whatever you're looking for online is there for you on YouTube. And I really hope YouTube continues. And sometimes when I really beat myself up about my content and the way things are on my channel, I remember that I might be what somebody needed today, and you might be what somebody needed another day. And if you feel compelled to start a YouTube channel, or you feel like you want to do it, I'd say do it. And if you don't do it. Don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the fame, because you will be sorely disappointed, because that shit takes a long time. And it may never happen. Some people never reach that level. Some people are destined to be the Shane Dawsons and PewDiePies and Manny MUAs, and some people are destined to have a smaller channel, and maybe they're not going to be that, and you can't really aspire to that, because I can't set my goal at, I want to have 100 million subscribers, because I don't have any control over who subscribes to me. Certainly I can figure out what content I want to put out and what kind of videos I want to curate, and I can find the trendy topics and do things like that, but I have no control over who clicks that button under my name. But I do have control over who I am and what I put out there. And I feel like sometimes this is the kind of content I want to watch. So this is the kind of content I tend to make. And so I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this. I honestly don't. I have no idea what I'm trying to say. where I'm even trying to go with this, but I love you guys with my whole entire heart, and sometimes it's just nice to sit down and talk to you guys and say what I want to say. And a lot of times this is how I speak in a live stream setting. I love doing live streams. If you guys like them, let me know. I really love doing them. And in the next few weeks when I'm on my trips in LA, I may actually do a few live streams from LA. If I tend to miss a video here and there, maybe I'll pop on a live stream, or I'll be posting more vlog footage. And let me guys know. Let me guys know. Why do I say that? Why? Let me know what you guys want to see. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm just going to film whatever I want. But anyway, probably not going to put that in. Sounds a little rude. All right, you guys. Well, that's it for this video. I don't even really know the point of it other than to say I got a lot of stress off my chest earlier when I bought those appliances, and this video went really weird. This video is honestly about how YouTube needs you or needs me and different content, stuff like that. It really took a strange turn, but I'm actually kind of cool with how this video went. And I wasn't even going to film this tonight. I was actually just going to take my makeup off in the bathroom and go to bed. But I was like, I need to start getting some videos pre-filmed, and sometimes I have things to say that I can't just say in a chit-chat get ready with me, or I can't just say in a full face first impressions, and that's what these videos are for. So this was a get unready with me, and I hope you guys like it. And if you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, unless I am real busy and stressing, and then I don't. Also, you guys can follow me on all my other social media stuff. Everything is RawBeautyKristi, and I will see you at my next video. Bye!